If you're looking for an e-bike, look no further. This is the one you need.
Well, listen, Buster, you better start to move your feet to the rockinest, rock steady beat of madness.
So this is the Raev Bullet GTX. With a background in Honda Motors, the design of the Raev Bullet GTX is probably the best looking e-bike on the market. Now, the Raev family bikes may all look the same, but make no mistake, the Raev Bullet GTX is the highest trim model in the Raev family. It's bigger, better, and faster. Did I mention that this e-bike is sexy? I probably did. I'll let the looks speak for itself. Maybe it's because it looks like a motorcycle, and I think I look cool driving on a motorcycle, but in reality it's an e-bike. So let's take a more in-depth look of what this bike is packing. So we'll start at the top. On the right side of the handlebars, you see we have a thumb throttle. Some people prefer a twist or a half twist throttle, but I don't mind the thumb throttle. Then we have these handlebars, which are really nice to the touch. They have the stitching all around it, but I don't mind it. It feels somewhat noticeable, but not really. And right below the twist throttle is the horn. It's kind of loud. Here, it has a high-pitched sound to it. People will definitely hear you. And on the top, we have our left and right brakes. They feel very loose to the touch, but they have a lot of stopping power, I'll say that. And on top of the brakes, you can see there's a Raev logo. You don't see a lot of company logos on the brakes. And here's another look at the brakes in the back. Really good brakes compared to my other bikes. And these brake rotors are at 180 millimeters. All the wiring electric components are wrapped around this plastic coilover thing, which makes the bike look a lot cleaner and slicker. And on the left side of the handlebars, you have the main controller. If you long press the middle button, the power button, it'll turn on, and you can see this is our display. In the middle, we have miles per hour, and on top left, we have how much battery you have. On the bottom, you can see how many miles I've driven, and on the top right, you can see which pedal assist level we're on. So if you want no pedal assist level, put to 0. 1 will give you a low power, 2 will give you more power, and 3 will give you a maximum power. And you can also cycle through the menus. We have odometer as our default, but you could turn it to trip, and you can see we have 0 miles just because I started the bike right now. The time we're currently on, we only have a minute, less than a minute actually. How many watts of power we're gonna get when we're driving the bike. So watch this. If I put this to 1 and I put the throttle on, see how much power we get. There you go, 34 watts of power. And if you keep flipping through the menu, it'll also tell you your max speed. This is 11.3 miles per hour and an average of 0.4 miles per hour. This screen is very basic compared to other bikes I've driven, but hey, it gets the job done. It also has a backlight, so if you press the top left button and hold it for a second, it turns on the back screen. And not only the screen, the headlight turns on as well. The headlight looks pretty cool, but it's not that bright. It's bright enough. You can see in the middle as a light, and around it is the reflector. I wish it was a light as well, but I guess in the camera it kind of looks like a light, but it's just reflecting. Or maybe the reflector makes it more bright. Going more towards the bottom, you have your compression and you have your preload. Maybe your suspension in the front is too rigid, or maybe it's too loose. You just use those to adjust them. The Raev Bullet GTX comes in 2 models, a single battery one or the dual battery version. They sent me the single version battery, but if you were to get a dual battery, it'd be a smaller battery that goes right on the bottom, giving you a lot more range. Raev Bike sent me that battery. You can either charge the battery while it's on the bike, or you can take out the battery completely. So I have my keys here, and all you gotta do, put it in, twist it, comes right off. Push it to the side, and it should slip right off. So yeah, you can leave your bike in the backyard or garage and just take the battery inside to charge it. It also has this little gauge to tell you if it's empty or full. So you just hold the button and you can see this battery is fully full. It's pretty heavy too. Now right behind the battery is the air suspension. This one's pretty beefy, I'm not gonna lie. If you need to adjust your air compression, all you gotta do is twist these little thingies out and put an air pump. If you want a more rigid suspension, put more air in it. And if you want a softer, more squishier suspension, put less air in it. This is something you don't see on a lot of e-bikes, adjusting the suspension in the back. Pretty cool. And what makes the Raev Bullet GTX different from most e-bikes, it's one gear design. I was skeptical at first because most bikes have gears you can shift into. You know, gear shifters are used when you're going up and down hills, but since it's electric anyways and it has a lot of power, you don't really need it. And then here we have the logo GTX, and right below it, the kickstand. But one of the best things about the bike has to be the seat. It's like you have a 2-foot cloud right here for my big butt, and probably could fit another person on the back. Man, it's so soft to the touch. I just want to lay on it all day. Oh man, wow. It's so soft. The only downside of having a seat like this is that you can't adjust it. So the Raev Bullet GTX is a much bigger bike compared to GT and Bullet X. It was built with the mind of having people that are 5, I would say 10 and taller. So I'm 5'11" right now, and when I put myself on top of the bike, I can barely stand up. I'm like barely on my tippy toes, maybe like half an inch on my back heel. Still a little low, but it's not too bad. I would say if you were 5'8" and taller, this is the bike for you. If you're like 5'7", 5'6", it might be a tad big for you, but 5'11", pretty much perfect, to be honest. It could be taller, maybe an inch or two taller, but it's fine. The bike also comes in 4 different colors. There's a black, there's a green, a yellow, and a silver. The Raev Bullet GTX has 3 levels of speed. With just using the throttle, the first speed only goes up to 12.5 miles per hour. The second level goes up to 16 miles per hour. And the third level goes up to 20 miles per hour. And using the pedal assist, you can go a little bit faster. The first 2 levels are the same, but at top speed you get 28 miles per hour, which essentially makes it a class 3 e-bike. If you unlock the power of the GTX, you can get speeds up to 35 miles per hour. That's as fast as cars go on local roads. So I'm gonna give you a little POV. You guys decide to take your Raev Bullet GTX to the park and have some fun. We'll start at stage 1 or 0. 0, I don't really recommend. 0, so the bike gives you no assist, no power, essentially turned off. And this bike weighing like 91 pounds, it's not fun. I would say I pedal this bike for maybe like 800 meters before I give up. You don't want to be riding this bike when it's dead. But with that being said, I'm going. 0 watts of power because there's no electric assist. But let's turn to 1. So if we go 1 and we just use our throttle, no pedaling. Like I said, 12.5 miles per hour max. And that's the same if you pedal. 12.5 miles max. Pedal assist 1, it's just like relaxing, you know? If you're out with your girl, you're just cruising, you're just chilling, you're enjoying the vibes. Like here's a nice park, there's a baseball field over there. Maybe in the summertime you can enjoy the games. Right now it's like the middle of winter, 35 degrees, and I'm freezing. So if we go power level 2, a tad faster, you know. Maybe you're trying to get to your friend's house at a certain time. It's still a good speed, you know. 50 miles per hour, you can't complain. Just throttle. And the max pedal assist is also the same. It won't go higher. But if you go power level 3, max power with throttle, 20 miles per hour. Let's see. You see that? 19, 20, 20. We're downhill a little bit. But if you pedal, it'll give you more power, up to 28 miles per hour. Now we're going places. I let off the gas because you just go so fast. All right, there's a car next to me. We're gonna try to race it. Are you guys ready? Hold on. Waiting, I'm waiting, waiting. All right, we're going. Oh, that guy's fast. 21, 25. Oh, we're catching up. Oh, we definitely could pass him. Oh my god, he's like cut me off, bro. Oh, if he didn't cut me off, we were gone. Speed limit is 25, 26. So we can check our max speed time, or our max speed. Where is it? 20.8 miles, almost 29. And our average speed 7.5. This bike is definitely torquey, guys. It doesn't it's like a gradual increase. Like, I kind of like it. Some bikes, when you press the throttle, it just kicks you right off the seat. But this one's really nice. From me using pedal assist 1 to 2, pedaling sometimes, using throttle, I probably get average around 20 to 30 miles with a single battery. Let's go do the hill test. I brought you to this infamous hill, Cobblestone Hill. It's a hill in my town where the steepness, you really can't tell on the camera, but this thing is steep. And it also has cobblestones, as the name suggests. So with my thumb, we're just gonna go up. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. No pedaling, just throttle. Yeah. See, 10 miles per hour. And we're, yeah. Look at that. We dropped down to 9, but yeah. We're at a constant speed. Crazy. Most 750 watts of power e-bikes can't do this. It's only when you get to 1,000 watts and higher. Whew. Powerful. And when you get on top of the hill, you get a little reward. New York City / New Jersey. Oh, can you guys see that? Yeah, I shot this video both in New York City and New Jersey, so you get best of both worlds. All right, let's go back down that hill. Let me show you the brakes. I can stop. Look at that. Whew. The stopping power, I'm telling you guys, great.
So Raev sent me their newest bike, the GTX, and we're gonna unbox it. Nobody saw that. As you guys can see how well everything is packaged. Very nice, very secure. So everything you need to assemble the bike should be already in the box. All I'm using is this knife and this chair. So as you guys can see, the bike comes pretty much 80% built already, and you just gotta do the last 20%, such as putting the handlebars on, the front tire, and yeah, that's it. The headlight, it's like putting IKEA furniture together. And here's the manual, it has all the instructions inside it. You can see the installation process, all the things you need. And then here are the tools as well. So building a bike was pretty much 10 out of 10, that was pretty easy. It was much easier than my other e-bikes I built. It's that, or I definitely gotten better.
Really?
Take 2, take 3, whatever you want.
Did you just get it?
I just built it.
Back
like
home. Yes.
Yeah,
I want a bike. I want a bike like this. You know how fast it goes? Bro, turn that
This
off.
one's pretty fast. You like it? You want to buy it? Next time. Next Halloween. He said he wanted to buy it. And now for the ugly. Now, I follow the Raev Bike Facebook group religiously, and there are a lot of problems that people are having. It might be a small minority, but it's worth mentioning. There are some people there that have problems with their headlights not working. They just don't turn on. The brakes here at the top have a leak on them, and they also had a battery recall on the bigger batteries.
Look, I'm not saying it's gonna magically combust and burn my house down while I'm charging it. Let's just say I'm taking a huge risk charging that battery inside my house. The battery recall is only important for the first adopters of the GTX. If you're watching this video right now and you order one right after, you shouldn't have a problem. And with all the bad I've seen, Raev, the company, try to make things always right. You know, someone always makes a Facebook post and you always see Raev under them in the comments. The only bad thing I've experienced is having a bad tire. So my back tire, after like 1 or 2 weeks, it'll deflate. I'm almost certain it's a microscopic hole somewhere. I have no idea where. And I'm not sure if that's a me problem, that I hit something, or it came like that. But if you want to know more, check out raevbikes.com and check out their whole line of e-bikes. As I mentioned before, check out their Facebook group. It's a really cool small community, and if you want to get more insight on the bikes, you can. For example, when they were creating the GTX, they were asking people what they like in the bike and what they don't like. It's like I'm one of the creators of this bike. Oh, and if you're wondering why I'm wearing this Amazon jacket, it was much colder than I anticipated. So I was gonna only go out in the sweater, and the only jacket I had in the car was this Amazon work jacket. Also check out my main channel where I deliver Amazon packages and cool electric vans. With that said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Later. Good night.